Welcome to the Craze in 10 or less. This is the show where I give it to you in 10 minutes or under. And if I don't, you're going to have to live with it. Anyway, how important is a colorist to your work? That's the topic of the day. I'm Sam the Crazy Man Vera. Stop acting up. Let's get it! So, why colorist, Sam? I'll tell you why. Because I had the pleasure of working with 4 different colorists recently on 4 different promotional covers that I did for Catch the Crazies, which is currently running on Kickstarter. We're at 31% in pledges. We need to get to 100%. So if you have not pledged yet, go over to Kickstarter/Catch the Crazies. That's with 2 E's, not a Y. And we love your support. So I did 4 different mock-up covers, 4 different results, and I'm going to tell you about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But before I tell you about that, let's go back in time and review some of the colorists that made an impact in the comic book industry. So, from the indie perspective, during the image craze, remember when released Weapon Zero? Say what? The coloring on Weapon Zero was fantastic. That colorist did an amazing job on that book. Then you've seen what they did on Prophet during Image Comics. And Prophet, by Rob Liefeld and illustrated by Stephen Platt. Stephen Platt's version of Prophet. The coloring was amazing. Then let's take it a step further. Aspen, Michael Turner. Man, Michael Turner's Aspen, they took it to a whole new level with coloring. From the blues in the water to the translucent feathers and the fairies. It's just amazing. I mean, it took beautiful line art and just made it even that much more incredible with the coloring. Right? And you can also say Cross Generation Comics. They had some amazing colorists on Cross Gen. So a really talented colorist can either make a bad artist look amazing or an amazing artist look bad. Hey, how is that possible, Sam? It's like you're talking out both sides of your mouth. I'm trying to see if I can do that. Yes, I am. Sam, I am. So, the reason why, I'm going to tell you. So, I'm going to start with some of the, a cover cover number 4 for Catch the Crazies. Now, it might not be the printed version cover, but this is a cover that I did. And his colorist here took my line art and just made it look dope, like fresh, like rad, like awesome, like totally tubular, like rock. It's the Jiznoids. So they really took it.
Oh, you crazy!
To a level that I was really pleased with the colors. If you look at, it's Extreme Crazy who is climbing the bookcase in the background. Like she even pops. And you have Hyper Crazy sitting at the desk, but you have the 3. You got Crazy, Ultra Crazy, and Super Crazy in the front. Then you got, Psycho Crazy climbing on me and George with the Afro Man, Sam the Crazy Man in the background. I just felt like, the colors, when I saw the flats and the browns, I was like, I'm not sure because I got the flats first. But then when he knocked out the tones, I was like, yeah, there you go. So it really took it to that level that I was really pleased with, and I thought it worked really well. So on this next cover is a whole different artist. So this artist did an amazing job with the afro in the Crazy Man's afro. I mean, the curls that she did here was, as a female, I don't have the name, but she did an amazing job, and with the shirts and just all the tones on the shirt and, the coloring. The mist and the fog I did on the end because I felt it was missing something. But I loved what she pulled off here. Then you have the one with the moon in the background. And so That one, I felt the colors were perfect. It captured the mood for the characters who were at a hilltop at night, and I just thought he did a really good job with this one. All right, so then let's go to the one that I wasn't really pleased with, which is the first one. So here you have, I had to go back and do a lot of touch ups on this, and I still wasn't satisfied with the look. And it's not going to be a cover because I just, this was a mock up. I just wanted to have some mock up potential covers. And when I looked at the layers, because I always ask for the layers, when I looked at the layers, a lot of the coloring wasn't coloring. So the portfolio that I saw on this person's website does not match the result that I received. So obviously, and then when I looked into it afterwards, knucklehead me, realized some of those images were from actual professional colorists in the industry, not from this individual. And there were a lot of pasted things into the layers to make it seem like it was colors, but they were like colors taken from like a website or somewhere and just dropped in. And so I had to go back in and try to play around and try to fix a lot of it and delete a lot of those things that were pasted in. So I wasn't really happy with that. So this is why it's important really to vet the people you're going to work with closely. Really get references because I didn't get reference on this last one because I had a good experience with the first three, and I felt I would, all right, here's another one, and I like to try to work with as many people as possible because then what I do is I create a database on who I'd go back and work with later on, and definitely this one's off my list. I just was not pleased with it, and but there's lesson learned, and so my style of illustration is basic. You're not going to get any cross hatching with me. You're not going to get lots of blacks. It's really just simple line work because that's just the style. That's the kind of artist that I am. But imagine what that person would have done to something like a Prophet, or an X book, could just destroy it. And so that's why it's really important to truly vet your artists. And there's a lot, your colorists. And not just look at their website, but actually go back and find out who they worked with before. Who have you worked with before? And let's talk to them, and let's look at the end result that they received. So, but again, the if you find an artist that is amazing, you better make certain that if the artist is not the colorist, one and the same, that you actually vet a colorist that's really talented, that can really give life to your work. Because for someone like me, which is simple line art, I really need a really great colorist to really enhance it and make it pop, to give it 3 dimension. And that's why it's important for me to. And I use these as examples of lessons that I learn as I navigate the comic space. So with that said, I currently have a Kickstarter going right now for Cast the Crazies. Need your help. Cast the Crazies is a story I created and I'm writing with George the Dreamer Medina, my co-host on Cast the Craze podcast. This is the first ever Kickstarter. I've never done one before. This is my first. Can't tell you how much anxiety I've had with this project because the original artist bailed on us and we had to get a new artist, and we currently have a new artist. His name is JC Grand. He's done work for books on Image Comics, really talented artist. He's working on the book. And if you don't know anything about what I've done in the past by now, and I've done There's Kneeling in My Toilet and Cosmic Wars and a book called Forbidden that's coming out next year. And George the Dreamer Medina has done Rush 5377 and Wonder Duck. So we need your help. This is new for me. Campaigning is new for me. Going out there and fundraising, that's basically what it sounds like, is new for me. So it's an awkward space. But I do need you because, we can't make this a reality without you. So for all my friends out there throughout the years, I haven't done conventions in years. You want me back in the game? I'm back in the game, but I need your help to get this book going. So please go on to Kickstarter, put in a search, Catch the Crazies, or what's been scrolling on the bottom of this screen is the actual link. So use that link, go there, and pledge. And you get a lot of benefits from pledging. It's not like it's free. You get something in return. So visit it. We love to hear from you. Check out the animated trailer that we have going. Check out a lot of the promos that we have going. But we truly do need your support. We can't make it without you. We are currently started on week 2. We need to be at 50% or better week 2. Thank you for the 22 pledgers. You know, truly appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you. But this is definitely nerve-wracking. Every day I'm looking at that screen. I'm like, tick, 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 tick. It's like watching the deficit grow. And so, but that's it. I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Vera. This is the Crazy 10 or Less. How important is the colorist to you? We have a Kickstarter going on right now. Please make a pledge and subscribe to this show. Hit that bell so that way you don't miss another episode. Give us a thumbs up if you like this episode. If you want to see me talk about other things that's important to you, just DM me. Write it in the comments on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Talk to you later. Catch the craze.